To begin this lesson, you will need a piece of paper, pencil, your three chosen primary and secondary colors, which need to be neighboring, so I chose orange, yellow, and green. You also need a marker of some sort. First, we're going to begin by drawing with our pencil our horizon line. It can be a hill, and when we start our tree, start in the middle. You're going to notice that I made the letter Y. Trees look an awful lot like letter Ys. Now I'm going to add a second one, maybe even a third one on the side. They're just letter Ys that go off diagonally from the base of the tree. And then you can add a couple more if you'd like. When you start the second tree on the right side, it's the same thing. Letter Y. Again, a letter Y. And then if you want to make any of those extra branches into an additional Y, you're welcome to do so. We're going to have 3 trees in total. And it's okay if the branches overlap a little bit. Next, we are going to take our marker and we are going to trace over our horizon line. You'll notice that my marker has a wide tip. I can also make that use that wide tip to create thin lines. So I'm going to start at the base of my tree using the wide, and as I turn my marker, you'll notice that I have the line becoming thin. I'm pressing lighter. I'm also turning it to the point of my marker. However you can, I want you to make the base of the tree thick, the top of it to be thin. Let's do this again. You'll notice at the bottom of the tree, I never go back over the line that I've already drawn. I always stack the layers of the marker in order to create a wider base. Just looks a little bit more natural that way. But make sure that the tree does go from thick to thin. You might not have the same marker as I do. So if you are using, for example, just a regular Sharpie, just add a little bit more color to the bottom of the base just to make sure it's a bit more thick than the top of the trees, or the end of the branches, I mean. When we are finished, we're going to take our pencil and we're going to draw the leafy section around each tree, kind of like a big bulb around the top. Now, when you draw the second one, you should allow these trees to overlap. That's the section we want. The third tree overlaps again. Now start off with your first color. I'm going to choose to start off with orange. Now I'm going to trace around the edge of my tree just so I know where all this orange needs to go. And I'm going to be taking my time and coloring this in very nicely. I want you to use craftsmanship, so I should not see scribbles. I shouldn't see any empty white spaces. I want you to take your time and do the best job you can. I am adding a last layer to make sure that all of my empty white spaces are filled with orange. Then I grab my second neighboring color, which would be yellow, and I am going to begin doing the same thing in the tree in the middle. But now as I color over this overlap section, you're going to notice that that orange starts to become our tertiary color, orange-yellow. Again, use good craftsmanship, color this in as nicely as possible. It's always worth making your artwork look the best you can. Now as I am ready for my last tree, I am going to choose the neighboring color green, outline, and do the same thing that I've done with the other two. Now when they overlap, I have my tertiary color, yellow-green. Remember, you don't have to use orange, yellow, and green like I've chosen. You could choose other colors. For example, it could be red, purple, and blue. Those are neighboring colors. As long as we get the tertiary colors where they overlap, then we are good to go. You don't have to choose the same colors as me. This is your artwork. I'd love to see some variations in it. In fact, if you want to color the sky or add any little animal silhouettes at the bottom of the trees, I'd love to see it. You're always welcome to add things extra to it. Because that's what it means to be an artist. You get to allow your imagination to come to life. Now that I'm finished, I'm just going back over to make sure that there are no empty white spaces in my trees. I'm going to take my marker, or you could use a colored pencil, and color in the little hill or my horizon line. If you want to add anything down there, you're more than welcome to. Again, this is your artwork. If you are using marker like me, I would recommend to put a piece of paper underneath your artwork so you don't make a mess of the table that you're working on. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I cannot wait to see your submissions. I hope you have yourself a beautiful week. Cannot wait to see your tertiary fall trees. Take care.